Today is July 7th, 2023. I got my hair done at Walmart. Oh my lord. They can't resist it. They can't resist anything. They're pathetic. That'd call in the human traffickers. You know, human traffickers, we put a nice name on it, but do you know what human traffickers are? They are child rapists, child molesters, because they sell children into sex slavery and to be murdered, and they're serial killers. We put a nice name on the vilest criminals. Human traffickers are child molesters, child rapists, and serial killers. That's what human traffickers are. Now, Eric already made fun of everybody November 1822, Walmart 62, that all the tapes before were him and not her. Were me and not her. It was his idea to come up with it, his idea to do it, his idea to say it. For all these people to turn on her and they fell for it. Another guy with him's like, well, if it was only you, I could even take care of it. I know it's that bad and they still fell for it. Well, June 30th, 2023, I'm walking in Mesker's Park in Louisville. Some guys are talking about the guy running it. He's a real socialite. Real life at the party. How he fooled all these people into help with this ton of the tapes before. And he fell for it. Everybody fell for it. And he fooled everyone with his son to help out. And he stole all the money for himself. So who made fun of him? Eric. It's retired Judge Pete and the drug cartel doing it. His men. Told you. People were so mad June 30th. Some guy in a black car drove by where I was working in Hartville. I found out he made fun of us for falling for a stunt of the tapes before. Okay? I thought I know that voice. By noon on June 30th, 2023, Hartville Kitchen Pickup, a nurse comes in. Karen's Will found out he made fun of everyone for falling for the stunt of the tapes before. Okay? I'm telling you, they were talking in Walmart. They walked by. Oh my goodness, people said stuff to her. That guy, they already made fun of that one guy for falling for a stunt of the tapes before. June 7th, Lighthouse Tabernacle. Katie's sister Jody and a bunch of people from Lighthouse are in there. They're friends. FBI agent John actually fell for the stunt on the tapes before. You're kidding. Oh, come on now. It was just a stunt. He actually fell for it? You're kidding, right? Oh my goodness. Oh, come on. FBI agent John fell for the stunt of the tapes before. It was just a stunt. Is that what's going on? Ha 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 ha! Is that why they got away with it? Mocking him, calling him out. They have tape and audio through the whole store. June 7th, 2023. Okay? It was a 6 satanic stunt. Dave, State, and Katie. And they were getting even with me because she wanted, like he said, she's pathetic. And she wanted attention. So he's denying the whole adulterous affair. And he says, trust me, Karen, I'd rather kiss a cow's butt than that fat, ugly heifer. Well, I turn around and I look. And I laugh. He says it again in the entrance of Macy's. She's in Ashcroft Nook. How would they find out? They had to be stalking us in for a setup for her to say, oh, we all got to get her. We're like 50. You don't get people, let alone the wife. You're committing adultery, and he's denying and insulting you, and I dare laugh. See, they're psychos. The apostolic religions involved in human trafficking. So what are they promoting? Child molesting, child rape, and serial killing. Now, are tapes done by a serial killer? Are they admissible? And a child rapist, drug dealer, that's laughing at all these people, how he fooled them. They hired them. Retired Judge Pete in the human trafficking, the child molesters, the child rapist, the serial killing group. Are they admissible against me? No. It's a Fourth Amendment over the house. But that hired them to stalk me, Photoshop a shower scene. It's clicking and pasting. And their fake sodium pentothal reports to amnesia drug me and tell me to say whatever shit is. and leave me covered with bruises, throwing up, dizzy, heart racing, and then a severe personal affection. And they were human trafficking me under drugs in my own home. And even the doctor couldn't figure out what was wrong with me, why my personal area was swollen and infected, why I had giant bruises all over me, and here I'm being drugged, beat, and raped in my own home and human trafficked. Some idiot actually had enough nerve to say something stupid about my ex-daughter-in-law, Melissa. Boy, did I blow her up on Facebook. We all know her. She was friends with Michelle, retired Judge Pete's daughter. And where I did call the FBI, he was horrible to me on the phone because more likely they paid him off. Okay? Because nobody's that stupid. He's the one that told on me to that church the night before. I was verified by officers before I called him back. They're trying to claim that he fell for their stunt of tapes before, when he knows there's a Fourth Amendment over the house and police and agencies can only be in there under a threat of life, because you have the right to remain quiet and a right to an attorney, but you also have a right to be safe and secure in your own home. That's why regular cops laugh at this, that they could never even look or listen, and not even the FBI can. I had a friend that worked in the Stark County prosecutor's office. It's a fraud scheme. Nobody can ever be in your home except for protected light cases with statements. It's what Officer Reinhardt in Louisville, the Portage County Sheriff's, the Department of Justice. Well, during a protected custody case with statements where that agent actually did open it, they caught Melissa friends with Michelle. I've told you about this before. And her actually telling the kids to lie. And then on Thanksgiving of 18, they stated they wanted the house for Auntie Shaw and Papa, and Grandma needs to get out, and then later on to Flora. They made everything up. Then on October 23rd, 2019, Flora ratted them out. Of course it never happened. Of course it wasn't true. We made it up. It was games of pretend. Laughing. Sick shit. Where the police just told me they caught her lying and how stupid she was. They came up and said something. They said that a couple of the other lies they were telling about me and that they knew about, and then they'd make up something, call you a bad word. They didn't tell me. I had to wait till Flora laughed about it a year later almost. And if she wouldn't have laughed about it, I'd never known. So they were documenting me jokes. Stark County sheriffs were laughing in May of 21. If a Kurt just found out those kids were lying, he is slow. Because they knew on Thanksgiving of 18. Let's see, October 5th, 21, I'm out with one of my clients. We're at Huntington Bank on Cleveland Avenue. They were talking about Melissa again. And they said, we don't want Melissa getting no money out of this. That's okay. They knew they made everything up. They didn't want anybody to help her. He's like, who's that crazy Melissa everybody's always talking about? I said, oh, the ex-daughter-in-law friends with the ex's girlfriend. They had the kids make up some mean games to pretend in front of the police. He's like, she's crazy. I said, I know she is. She can end up in jail for this. Because they just wrote it off, that she was showing off for Michelle and so were the kids. And they're just mean jokes. That she's just being a show off. Her and her kids could end up in jail for this. See, there's one thing if they just put it off that you're showing off for the girlfriend. And there's a whole nother thing that you're putting your name on and having me stalked, beat, raped, and human trafficked. See what I mean? There's a big difference. January 12th, 22, one of my security guards from the protected custody case stops a man at the door at Walgreens, North Main, where those kids get custody. They made everything up. November 7th, 8th, 21. Walmart West Test, they are so tired of these people. They come in and y'all, they found out all the kids lying in 2018. They did. They're documenting me jokes as an officer, put it as. They were just showing off for the girlfriend. And so was Melissa having her kids do it. She really don't want to put her name on Dave hiring a drug cartel and human trafficking and letting them beat, drug, and rape me And sex traffic videos of me and him in bed, the photoshopping of our shower scenes, clicking and pasting. And they were amnesia drugging me. And I was seen by Altman Family Physician for heart racing, migraine headache, throwing up, dizzy, almost passing out, and giant bruises I couldn't explain, and a severe personal infection and swollen. And nobody knew what was wrong with me. And here I'm being drugged, beaten, raped in my own house, and drugged and told to say stuff. She wants to put her name on that? That's life in federal. And they've already confessed their church it was a stunt. They were all getting even with me because Dave was cheating on me with Katie. They probably didn't know about Savannah, and they probably really didn't know about the stripper. And do you realize how scummy she is to even involve herself and her children? Because they go to that occult that's human trafficking people. What are they doing? They're child molesting, child raping, and serial killing people. Put it down to the facts of what they're doing. And they're in it with the drug traders that are doing those crimes here. You want to be a vile, evil animal, you can end up in a prison where you belong. Nobody has a right to hire anybody to watch anybody in their own home. Tape them unaware with button cameras. Sex traffic videos of them, let alone break in, date rape, drug them with amnesia drugs. Tell them to say something stupid. Let them beat and rape them under those drugs and human traffic them. And photoshopping is asinine. And when you look at these people, how vile they are, and they've already laughed at all these people, how they fooled everybody, including a federal agent. You know, I don't believe they fooled them. Because, like when the ladies walk by, we already know that they laughed at that one guy for fooling them for everything. And he let them hurt her. And look what she wrote. There's no way he could have fell for him. Exactly. More than likely, they paid him off. See, that's where I had a friend I went out to eat with on January 13, 23. He said, you told me what happened to you. He said, I work in a factory and I also race horses professionally. He said, I know somebody who knows somebody who deals drugs. He said, he lives 2 hours away. He said, I went to him. He said that all the Ohio drug dealers know that you didn't know that agent was into debt to those drug dealers. So he's in debt to child rapists, serial killers, child molesters. Think about that. And he let them hurt you until he could afford to pay him back. And he said they stole over $300,000 from your case. And I said, yes. He said they said that's a sweet spot between $100,000 and $300,000 as another drug shipment. He let them hurt you in front of people till he could take up enough money to pay him back. Then he said a bunch of other stuff. And that is just a drug scam from the drug dealers, human trafficking people, all this area. Okay? So what is human trafficking? Child molesting, child rape, and serial killing. That's what these people are helping. And he was in debt to someone like that. They need to do an internal investigation. Because I tried to tell him on a recorded line someone told on me the night before to that church. He called me a liar. It was verified by officers. It was him. They mocked him and called him out by name, how they fooled him with his tapes before. The Fourth Amendment, the right of the people to be safe and secure within your own self, your own person, your places, papers, and effects against all unreasonable searches or seizures shall not be violated. Against any unreasonable searches or seizures. Can anybody be in your home? No, police and agencies can only be in a home under a threat of life with demons. Department of Justice looks at your home like a castle. It shall not be entered into. Can your husband or boyfriend at the time hire stalkers to drug you, beat you, rape you, human traffic you, sex traffic videos of you unaware? Tape you like that? No. It's hiring stalkers and rapists and druggers and kidnappers. They haven't broke it down what they've done. See, some lady the other night outside my client's house in North Canton, I told these people to stay out of this. Do you realize what you've done? The crimes, they will go to jail for the rest of their lives. Huh? And that Eric's making fun of you and all these people for fooling you because he's the life of the party. How he fooled all these people into helping. I'd like to know where he had such a low IQ. You know you have the right to remain quiet, right? You have a right to an attorney to represent you, Why can't they be in your home? You also have a right to privacy. Do you know you have a right to vote? Your kids have a right to go to school and freedom of press, read books. Do you know that? You have a right to worship whatever God you want. See, our forefathers set it up to keep everybody honest. See, apostolic men think they're gods over women, but the U.S. government does not recognize them as such, that they can hire men to destroy their wife like we live in a Muslim country, that they're Al-Qaeda and they roll over the women, and they can kill, beat, rape, torture, and publicly humiliate their wives for another woman. They are not the new Al-Qaeda over the United States apostolic religion. And them laughing, and that church calling that agent out by name how they fooled him. They want hell to come upon them. And then that Eric, November 18th, screaming out all the tapes for her were him and not me, or him and not her, and it was his idea to do it, his idea to say it, his idea, da-da-da-da. You all fell for it, He's a real socialite, June 30th, 23, how he fooled all these people into helping out. He's a human trafficker. He's a serial killer locking at these people for laughing for his stunt. They want them to think that they can break in their home. They can stalk them. They can break in and they'll wake up with a bruise, throwing up, and think they got the flu and where to bang myself. Now they got a sodium pentothal report. It's not sodium pentothal, it's amnesia date rape drugs. First you get a personal infection, wake up with more bruises. And here you're being human trafficked out of your own home. I want you to think about how sick that is. And then photoshopping a shower scene, and then that they could actually extort money. And what part of that does that not make you a victim? Like the investigator said, Karen's a victim of an occult that drugged her and tried to kill her before. Victim.